Hello everyone. Today we will explore the nasal cavities, an essential part of the respiratory system, although we think of the nose only as the organ of smell. The nasal cavities have several important functions that support breathing, protect the body, and prepare the air before it reaches the lungs. In this video, we will examine their anatomy, the structures inside them, and their physiological roles in respiration, filtration, and olfaction. The nasal cavity are two air-filled spaces located inside the nose and separated by the nasal septum. They extend from the nostrils, also called anterior nares, to the posterior openings known as choanae, which connect the nasal cavity with the nasopharynx. The nasal septum is formed by cartilage in its anterior portion and bone in its posterior portion, mainly the vomer and perpendicular laminae or plate of ethmoid bone. The walls of septum is formed by cartilage in its anterior portion and bone in its posterior portion. Uh, the skull form the nasal cavity, including the maxilla, palatine bone, nasal bones, and ethmoid bone. These bones give structures and stability to the nasal passage. Each nasal cavity is divided into different regions: the vestibule, the respiratory region, and olfactory region. Vestibular, respiratory, and olfactory. One of the most important anatomical features inside the nasal cavities is the presence of the nasal concha, also called turbinates. These are curvated, bony projections that extends from the lateral walls of the nasal cavity. There are three main conchae: the superior, the middle, and inferior nasal. That is, superior, middle, inferior. Beneath, it, beneath each conchae lies a space as now as a meatus. That is it. These structures play a crucial role in conditioning the air we breathe by increasing the surface area and creating turbulence in the airflow. They help warm, humidify, and filter the incoming air. The meatus also serves as a drainage pathways for the paranasal sinuses and the nasolacrimal duct. The inner surface of the nasal cavities is covered by a specialized mucosa. It's called nasal mucosa. In most areas, this mucosa is composed of respiratory epithelium, which is pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium with globed cells. Globed cells produce mucus and that traps dust, microorganisms, and other particles present in the air. Meanwhile, the cilia move the mucus towards the pharynx, where it can be swallowed or expelled. The nasal mucosa is also highly vascularized. This is rich blood supplies help warm the inhaled air before it reaches the lower respiratory tracts. Together, this mechanism protect the lungs and maintain optimal conditions for gas exchange. In the superior part of the nasal cavity lies the olfactory region, which is responsible for a of sense of smell. These regions contain specialized sensory neurons known as olfactory cells, receptor cells. These, re- these receptors detect other molecules present in the air and converts them into electrical signals. The signals travels through the olfactory bulb at the fiber nerves and then to the brain where others are perceived and interpreted. The sense of smell plays an important role not only in detecting pleasant or unpleasant odor, but also in chasing taste and warning us about potential dangers such as smoke or spoiled food. In conclusion, the nasal cavity eh, are much more than a simple layer passages. They are play a fundamental role in respiration by filtering, warming, and humidify the air. They also contribute to immune defense and allow us to perceive smells through the olfactory system. Understanding the anatomy and physiology of the nasal cavities help us appreciate the importance and maintaining respiratory health and overall well-being. Thank you for watching.